From Italy, we go up north on to Sweden. I'd like to welcome Henrik Olofsson from the Swedish Railways. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. You still have some energy left before lunch? Hopefully you do. As mentioned, my name is Henrik Olofsson. I am the solution lead for SJ Commercial Traffic, and I'm here to talk to you about a topic that is very, very close to my heart, something that I actually wanted to talk about, reach this point for a couple of years, to be honest. Pushing the boundaries for customer-centric disruption management. Now, before we go into this in detail, we need to provide some context. As some of you might have heard in other presentations, SJ is currently moving to a new booking solution. We're moving from our current provider into Skills as S3 Passenger. And this, of course, affects our entire sales and distribution model. And the benefits we don't have to go into here, but for the sake of context, we need to look at a few of the consequences. First of all, important, the Swedish market is quite deregulated. We, on our website, sell approximately 50-ish operators, ranging from commercial operators to PTAs and even buses. And the Swedish market is deregulated. That means that we have competition. But quite important for the Swedish market and this topic is also the other side of the coin, the extensive collaboration that exists on the Swedish market between operators using the ResPlus concept. I will get back to that one shortly. Now, how to go into this topic of disruption management based on this? Well, first of all, we also need to know that our market is transforming as a whole, not just SJ. We're going from a single monthly tenant inventory where every one of these operators are stored in the same inventory to a multi-master environment. So spreading this out, making this more complex, of course. But I'll actually start with a quote from our new booking solution providers that makes me quite proud. What sticks out is the way that you keep pushing boundaries for customer value and perspectives. This is something that we've encountered quite a lot. And of course, this is very, very nice to hear because this is important to us at SJ. But it also ties back to a key worry or thinking that we had going into this tender of switching booking solutions. Basically, how do you ensure that you can continue pushing boundaries when you decide to use a SaaS provider at the core of your sales and booking value stream? And, well, this was something that really stuck with us going into this work together with Skills. And because with a SaaS provider, to make it very simple, you get the improvements for free, but you might not always get exactly what you want. But I can tell you, gladly, that this can definitely work. For SJ and Skills, we found a recipe for success. And I could talk for hours about this, but I'll try to be very brief instead. 3 aspects. A true partnership is the core into an endeavor like this, enabling us to keep pushing the boundaries. We call it collaboration with integrity, basically, an openness between the parties involved, establishing a trust, but also knowing your boundaries and saying no when needed. That is quite key. And when you get into these boundaries, of course, all you need to be very clear in the business needs behind your requirements, because you will be challenged a lot, and you will challenge back. I don't know how many interesting and highly relevant, challenging discussions we've had, but that's when the good stuff really comes out. And the third one is also the separation of concern. Who is actually best at doing what? I will get back to that one shortly, supported by a strong architectural vision. I could go on about very many topics where this has proved fruitful to both us and Skills, but I'll actually not focus on these ones, even though all of them could hold speech for half an hour in each of one of them, but I'll rather focus on the more important area where I think our biggest achievement lies, and the topic for this presentation. Through SJ's art strategy, we are, as we see it, paving the way for the future of disruption management. And by art, we are meaning actionable and relevant traffic communication. The key is that when we communicate, we do it with relevance to the customer. It makes sense to the customer to get that information at that point in time. And also to be able to take decisions on it. Even if the decision is, okay, I'll wait for 10 more minutes to see the next update, or actually, okay, I should actually stay home or hop on a bus or take a taxi instead. This is a big strategy, but one of the core components of it is what we call the traveler impact management. How we handle travelers that are affected by traffic-related changes. At the heart of this, could talk for hours about it, but at the heart of this, I would say there are three core aspects of it. We want to and will provide both proactive and self-service capabilities in this area. And of course, when the customer is not at fault, when the traveler is not at fault, any actions taken need to be financially neutral to the customer. It's not their fault. But another key is to find individual solutions and communications for the entire journey. Tying back to what we said before, we are selling combined journeys with 50 plus operators. I think somewhere around, don't quote me on the figures, but 20%, 25% of all the journeys we sell are together with another operator. So this is quite important for us. And my journey is different from someone else's journey, even if we're on the same train. Now, the core here existed in S3 passenger skills systems, but I dare to say that we took it quite a long way further. So by building on each party's strengths, SJ and Skills are delivering an integrated workflow, mixing automation with human expertise. And I think that mix is quite key how to make this work. First of all, we are automating the updates of timetables and equipment as much as we can. We still have human verifications in when needed until we've learned enough human confirmations. But then two aspects are core fundamentally here. When we do changes, we want to know directly that we have conflicts for X amounts of passengers. These bookings are affected by the changes. That we have. But we also, when we have that in place, when we know who's affected, we need to take action. We need to act. And within S3 Passenger Suite, we will be using a module that does this for us. That can handle full journey rebook overrides and reaccommodations, just moving people from one carriage to another if that's needed. This will be used by an expert team in SJ, finding the best alternative journeys. And again, the full journeys, multi-operator journeys, if that's the case. Because that's key. What we deliver when we make changes still needs to be a fully valid journey for the customer to take further action on at a later stage. And now, once we've acted, once we've done that, here comes the separation of concern. Who knows the customer or the traveler best? Skills or SJ? Well, of course SJ does, because we have the CRM system, we have our history, we have our marketing, because the CRM resides on our side. We have this 360 view of the customer. So we are best in a position to do the final analysis. Okay, how did this affect these customers, the individual customer, the individual traveler party? And also to provide best options for them. How bad was it? How often in recent times have they actually had issues? And once we do that, we can activate new options for them. The alternative we did, the rebook we made to 2 hours later or whatever, might not suit the individual passengers. So we will be able to activate self-service, free rebook and cancellations, and do other forms of compensation. Now this step we can activate without the first 4 steps, especially in the operative phase. We don't have time to help the customer. We can do this without the initial steps. And now we are ready to communicate with the customer. We do that personalized SMS, email. We have the potential to grow this into in-app messages, etc. in the future, making sure that the customer can act, either being satisfied with the choices we made for them proactively, we think this is the best option for you, or change their mind, cancel or rebook to something that fits better. But we're not done yet. We want to follow up and see, is there anyone who hasn't seen the message? Reminding them, ensuring that they actually get the message, and share this information with parties related to the passenger journey. There are many bridges that remain to cross, and most of them are connected to handling the entire journey booked. Back to the Swedish market. We don't know all entire journeys. We can't act on all entire journeys because some of them are booked through third-party channels where we only know our part of it. We can still communicate, we can still activate some parts of it, but we don't know everything. This is something that we are working on with our partners on the Swedish market to improve on in the future. But we also have benefits, back to the Res Plus agreement. This helps us, this provides us with guidelines, how to behave and who to share, not share the costs of changes between the operators. And we are definitely willing and will cover costs involved when this is not covered by Res Plus, to ensure that the traveler actually can take their journey. So our commitment is we want to set a higher standard for disruption management. We want to push the boundaries. We will push the boundaries to ensure our customers feel safe, seen, and taken care of. And we really hope that others will join us in this endeavor. Now, there's no time for questions, etc., I assume. So if you want to discuss this topic with me, I can go on for hours, so beware. Or have any questions, I will be at the skills booth outside here in the main hall until lunch. So thank you guys for listening, and hope you will join us in this journey.